Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today I'm going to do something a little different with chicken. Now, when you think of sauerkraut for dinner, do you automatically go for bratwurst sausages or something like that? Today we are going to stuff this lovely chicken with sauerkraut. To the sauerkraut we're going to add some chopped up apple. Now, I would use a Granny Smith apple, but I don't happen to have one, so whatever kind of apple you have in the house is just fine. And we're going to brush the chicken skin with some melted butter. I have a 1/4 cup of butter over here that's been seasoned with some herbs. So we're going to chop the herbs up and mix them into the melted butter. And 1 clove of garlic. So, give me a minute to chop things up and I'll be right back. Right, so we have our sauerkraut, which I have drained, and I have chopped up the apple and mixed it in. And my sauerkraut, when I make it, I do use juniper berries and caraway seeds. If you are using store-bought sauerkraut, taste it first. You might want to rinse it because it can be quite vinegary. And in our melted butter, we've added our chopped herbs, which I have rosemary, thyme, and flat leaf parsley, and the chopped up garlic. So we're going to let that infuse, and we're going to brush our chicken with that. So I have rinsed our chicken under cold water. Move these guys out of the way. And we're just going to pat him dry. Well, him, her, whatever it is. There we go. We're going to season the cavity with some salt and pepper, which I have my jar of coarse salt and peppercorns that I grind up, kept on the counter at all times. We're just going to sprinkle that into the cavity. And proceed to stuff. Now, if you can get everything into the cavity, that's great. I have a bit too much. My chicken's smaller than I had thought. It is also still a little bit frozen in there, so what we're going to do is line the bottom of our baking pan with the rest. Let's do that. Let me skewer him shut, or her, or whatever it is. Tidy up the legs a little. So you want to make sure your baking pan is oiled if you're going to put it directly in. If you are using a roaster that you can get a rack in, don't worry about spraying it. So I'm just going to put these in the bottom of the pan here. I'm going to place our chicken there. And then we are going to brush our chicken with our mix of butter and herbs. And I'm not tying the legs up yet because I want to get right in underneath there. We want to make sure we get everything coated with the butter. A little cracks by the wings. I'm going to fold the wings under. Let me just throw some butter on the back. I want to make sure everything's good and coated. And then we're going to fold our wings. there. My butter is solidifying because my chicken is cold. So if you don't use all the butter, don't worry about it. We can baste while it's roasting. Alright, now that our oven's up to temperature, our chicken, which is just over 3 pounds, so it's 1.5 kilograms, so that's 3.3 pounds, needs to roast for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. I may give it a little bit longer because the inside was still a little bit frozen. We definitely don't want to undercook our chicken. So I'm going to pop it in the oven and we'll be back to check it in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, I know I said that this is going to take 1 hour and 15 minutes. And every time I look it up online how long it takes to cook a chicken, I discover that it takes way longer than what they said. So this has been in the oven for 1 hour. It's doing well, but it's not nearly cooked. So we're going to just mix our apples and things into the fat there and give it a little baste. So I generally find that if it's listed to take 1.5 hours to cook a chicken, it will take my chicken 2.5 hours. So please leave yourself lots of time. It is getting lovely and brown in places. It is smelling wonderful, but I guarantee it's nowhere near cooked yet. So I'm not even going to poke it with anything. I'm just going to put it back in the oven and ignore it for probably another hour. And it's been 1.5 hours, and things are smelling absolutely wonderful. Well, actually, the main aroma I'm getting is garlic, but it is still fabulous. So I'm just going to baste a little bit here. Skin is looking lovely. But yeah, it's starting to pull away there. We'll give it a little bit longer. We do want it to be fully cooked through. So back in the oven it goes. Okay, chicken's out of the oven. Now it's been, I have to say, 2.5 hours. Skin is beautifully crispy and brown. Just going to dose it with some of that wonderful drippings there. And we're going to set it aside to rest for about half an hour or so. Believe me, it will still be hot. It's not going to cool off that quickly. And then we're going to have a beautiful dinner with our sauerkraut stuffed chicken and some pierogies. While our chicken rests, we are going to reduce what's left in the pan and create a lovely sauce to go with it. We're just going to squish all those apples and bits in. just over the right spot on the burner here. There we go. Okay, so if your drippings in your pan, like mine, aren't a lot, you can add about a quarter of a cup of red wine. You shouldn't need to add any seasoning, but you can taste it if you like and check to see if you want some salt or something in it. Give me a second and I will check mine. Yeah, I think a touch of salt would be good. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Definitely, that's better. Once we let it boil down a little bit and reduce, we are going to strain it and get the chunks out. So it will just be a sauce. Okay, time to dismember our chicken. Let's cut the string off its legs. Oops. Well, or just take the legs off the string. Wow, I think I need to sharpen that knife. There's our roasted chicken with sauerkraut stuffing. I did some homemade pierogies to go with it and some green beans. Now I'm going to put on the gravy I made from the pan drippings. The chicken, even the breast meat, is so tender, moist, and delicious. Such a good dinner. I hope you liked the video. If you like sauerkraut, please do try this. It is fabulous. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit that bell icon and you will know when I put up another video. I will link the video for the sauerkraut. Pierogies, I will make a video for those one of these days. Well, maybe the next time I make pierogies. Enjoy, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.